welcome to my channel. I'm Matt, this is Matt's Mods, and today guys we're going to be doing our Enterprise D build again. So we are now going to start pack 6 and we are going to be doing stage 19 of Build the Enterprise D. Yes, pack 6. Now in this pack it starts. So we've got a lot of deck panels to do and LEDs to put in and windows to put in, and we are going to be putting them on the skeletal frame in this pack. Now this is where it starts and it doesn't finish until right to the end of this build, so it's something we're going to have to get used to. Now stage 19, which we're going to be doing in a second, wow, there is quite a lot to do in this stage. We've had very short stages where we've been doing the skeletal frame, but now that's complete, we are now going to start putting on the deck panels. Now we're going to be putting in some of the deck panels that we did way back in stage 4 on today. So this should be a very interesting stage to do today. It's going to take a little bit of working out, so if I have to stop recording just to try and work out what's going on in the instructions, then I might have to. I do like to try and keep it all the way through, from start to finish, but as you know, if you've seen this build being done before, or you've done this build yourself, some of the instructions are extremely confusing. They really are confusing, and there's nothing much we can do about it. We've just got to try and follow it, work it out, and hopefully if we do get stuck, there are fantastic websites out there like mypartworks.com who can help us along the way if we really get stuck. But I'm quite looking forward to this one today because it's one I can really get my teeth into, and I do love a little bit of problem solving as well, so again, that's right on my street. So let's get started with today's stage. So with all that said, let's get modelling.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Okay, so let's get started. So stage 19, basically we've got in this stage and the next new and previous assembled hull panels start to form the superstructure around the upper source skeleton. So yeah, lots to do. Now in the first step, which is step A, basically it's asking us to put in the windows that I've already done here. Now I've left a few out and there's a reason for that, why I've left them out, and we will put them in this on camera. So as you can see, that's all the windows put in place as per the magazine. So that's step A. So next we need to do step B, and step B is literally, we need to put some tape across these top windows here. Now they have supplied the tape, even though I'm not too keen on their tape, so I do have some out of my own already just in case. Now I'm gonna have to reposition this top bit here, hopefully it doesn't cause a problem, just while I put this tape onto the windows. Why are we doing this? I really don't know. First thing I've noticed is that is actually bigger than what it should be, so I'm just going to cut a tiny bit off and then check again a little bit more. Not much more. Just a tiny bit more. Let's say about a centimetre I've had to take off that. Okay, so I'll put this tape in place. Now hopefully, you see, that's what I worried would happen. It's, well, it's supposed to stick to the windows, but you know what I mean. So that's the problem, is it's sticking to the windows and pulling them up as you're trying to line it down. So I'll put the windows back in. That's one in. Oh, see how small these are? No. They just want to pop out, that's a problem. Okay, that's 2. Three. And 4. Now that tape is in place. Got bits falling out all over the place here, which is really annoying. And this is why I tend to do this off camera, because it's just, yeah, that's what happens when you're putting these windows in. Okay, so I'm just going to take that off and put that back onto there. Okay, so now we've done that, we do need the centre windows putting in here. Now, the reason why I chose to do these on camera, because these are different from the other windows. So you get sprues, you cut them off. Now, these are different because they are longer and they are actually thinner than the normal windows that we're going to be putting in. So that's why I decided, you know what, we'll do these on camera. So we want a black one in there. I'll try the top camera for this one. We want another one in there. And then we miss 2 and put another black one in there. And then we miss 1 and put another 2 black ones in there. Okay, now for the clear ones. Again, you blasted. Right guys, I'll be back and I'll get all these windows in.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so I've got all them windows in place now. The next thing we need to do, we need to put this reflective piece on. You just got to be careful with this, because even doing this is quite a challenge, because you can make them pop up. Now a few have done, because I can feel them, because that's not lying flat, which is just the one on the end here that wants to be a pain. Okay, we'll try again. Another one popped out. And another one popped out. These really do love popping out into oblivion. Okay, so we'll try again. And that is clamping them all in place. Thank goodness. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to get one of our wires. Now, I've already bent these wires to the angle that they need them, which is a 90-degree angle. And it wants us to put these in. So let's go for it. Okay, so these are just going to go in just there, and then another one just at the side, and then we're going to hold that in with 2 BP screws. Well, 2 BP screws so far. Oh, that wanted to slip off, which it sometimes does. Now, we are going into plastic, so you don't want to over tighten these. I'm off camera. Right, that one's going in. Okay, so that's now in place. Right, so next we've got 2 more wires. Now these, we need the yellow and white wire, and these are going to be going in at the sides. So one in there. And then we do need to screw this down. I'm going to put 2 BP screws in there now. And that hopefully will keep that LED in place on that side. And then I'll do the other LED on the other side. And then hopefully that is all secured in. Yep, that's locked in there. And I'll just turn this around. And then we get the other yellow and white wire. And that just slotted in. Checking to make sure all the windows are correct, which they are. Okay, and then another 2 BP screws. So 1, 2. One in there. Just double checking where these go. Right, and one in there. Okay, we're doing great so far. Right, that wasn't in properly, so it's just clicked in. Just double check them screws. Okay, and that's our panel there. Oh, that was not easy. Right, so we need to bring the skeletal frame across now. Here we go. So I'm going to have it so it's facing me, because that's the orientation in the magazine it has got. Now, what it's wanting to do is we need to thread these wires. Now, this is where this could get a little bit confusing for people, and I can see why. You know, you're threading wires here. Okay, so here's how this is going to go. So this wire here and this one from the middle are going to go under the frame just here. Okay. But not this bulb yet. I do believe. No, not that bulb yet. And then this wire, let me just pull that one out the way. Okay, and then this wire is going to go underneath the frame just there. Okay, none have come out. And then just as I'm doing this, I'm just threading the wires through the best I can. just like so. Right, so they're going underneath there. Right, so these are going to have to go underneath there as well, the LEDs. Okay. Then this should fit onto the front of our skeletal section. And I'm just turning this over because with it upside down, now I'm going to have to bring it round like that for me. Oh my word. Okay. Alright, don't fret, Matt. Don't fret yet. Okay, so we need to bring this even more forward. That needs to come into there. That wire needs to go into there. Okay. Right, and these are coming out over to there. Well, they're all coming out over to there, really. Okay. Once we got this lined up, God me. It should fit onto the frame. Should. Right, I'm just a bit concerned about this one here. Causing problems, and this one here. I don't want to move them around that much because if not, I'll break the LED. And that's the last thing I want to do. Let's give them as much wire as they need. Come on, stay in place. That, I believe, is just gone into place. We need to secure that in with 2 DP screws. I'm going to go for this now and then sort out the wires once these screws are a little bit in at least. And then, after that, I'm just going to double check the instructions on mypartworks.com just to double check how Todd has done this. Right, so that is correct. Now, I'm just going to move that wire into there like it should do. Just going to bring that wire up around there. Okay, right guys, so I'm just going to double check what I've done so far and then I'll be right back, and if I have to make any adjustments I'll let you know.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I'm back. So I'm happy with everything. That is in place like it should be. Okay, so what we need to do next is we need to put in these spare LED bulbs that we've got here. Now these are just going to come up the frame there. Now these are going to need bending, but we need to put them in first of all. So this one's just going to fit in just like that. And then we just need to bend it in to the frame. So more or less just like that. We do the same on the other side. Piece of spare insulation tape there. So we'll get this one. There we go. And we're just going to put this into this side here. Bring it round so I can work on it a little bit easier. Wow, this one really doesn't want to go in, but it will. The first one slotted in perfectly, and that one was a little bit of a difficult. I'll just bring that round. Okay, so comparing the left to the right, they're exactly the same. So that LED is now in place. Yes. Okay. Just a bit worried about there. I don't know. I mean, I want to test these LEDs first. Because I reckon that one is going to shine right up through onto these heat on these escape pods. So it's not going to be hard to test them. Get the test board. Okay, so let's plug these in. So that will be that side. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. That side's working. Let's do the other one, the inside. It's always wise. I always get told by Dee to test your lights. So them working. And they are working as well. Okay, so they're all working, and there's no light leak that I can see. So, okay, I'm happy with them. They all work. I'll just unplug them from our test board. Okay. Now, if we just turn this over again, what it's actually asking us to do next is to group these wires together and to tape them using the tape we've got supplied. Now, if this tape doesn't hold, then you could use zip ties or nylon ties, or you could use better insulation tape. I'm going to try and use what they've provided. It does want a little bit of length on it, so we'll go there-ish. Okay. And tie them away. Okay, so that's that bunch in place. Right, now, it's not done yet. Just move the skeletal frame to one side for now. Because we need these deck panel lights we did in... oh gosh, what issue was this? This was done in issue 4. Strangely enough, I've got a spare deck panel light here. I don't know why. Should be 2 coming off that one. Yeah. and 2 coming off that one. Okay, I've got a spare wire there, and I don't know why. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. How many wires do we get next? 1. Oh, look at the wrong parts there. 19 parts. Oh, that's why, because we've got 4 of them. Right, okay, that makes sense. That's me just not clearly looking at instructions. Right, what we need to do first of all is actually we need to undo some work we've done. So we need to take these 2 screws out here, which are the 2 DM screws. That's 1. And that's 2. Put them to the side, and guess what? That's going to reveal that panel. Okay, so we'll just put that panel to one side. We do need to use it in a bit. Okay, so now we've done that, we're going to be putting this panel that we've just taken off onto our frame. Yeah. Okay, so bring the crane back up. Here we go. Now this is going to be going on the side of this just here. And of course it wants things in a different way. So this one is going to go through here. So under there. And then this one is just going to slot under the frame just there. Okay. Then somehow we are going to move this into position. I presume we need to bend these. Right, now the problem we've got is one of the LEDs that is coming off this side is in the way. But have I got the right panel? So again, I'm just double checking this because this is really confusing. It's going on this side, goes up through that hole there, that through, but we've got 2 wires on this, which is a little bit confusing. It's one with the 2 escape pods, which is correct. But it doesn't tell us on this side this is really confusing. Right guys, I'm just going to have to double check this and get back. So back in a tick.
Eventually.
Okay guys, I'm back. So I've got that panel in place now with the wires. You really have to follow the instructions on this one. Right, okay, we need to secure this in with 2 DP screws. I think patience is definitely the key with this build now. So that's one DP screw in there. Then one DP screw just down there. Okay. Now I'm going to make a suggestion of this. This is just me, but I'm going to test the panel that we just put in, just to make sure them LEDs are working correctly. So that is the two on that side. Just because we're bending these and goodness knows what. So they are working on that side. If I turn this over, that's what the panel should look like. A little bit of a gap there, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's in, and that is how it should be. Okay, so we can turn this off now. We can unplug it. I'm just checking these as we go. Always wise to. Okay, so now we've got that in and we've put the two DP screws in. We also need to put a DP screw in this side as well. This might be... so as soon as I put that DP screw in, line that up, it's actually lined up the panel. Okay, so that solved the problem. So we'll put the DP screw in that side. On here. Okay. Now it still hasn't asked us to put a DP screw in over here yet. I don't think so. Let's just double check to make sure we are correct. DP, yeah, not put in, not put in, not put in, not put in. Right, okay. Now that properly lines up with everything. Oh, right, okay. Right, so now all that is in. I'm just double checking to make sure that this is correct. So it is correct. Okay. Fantastic. Right, so the next piece we need to look at, I believe is this one here. Okay, so this is going to be going in as well, which is going to be going next to here, just so you can see that. Hopefully this won't be as bad as the last one. Okay, so first thing it's asking us to do is actually to take an LED out. So we'll do that. That was nice and easy. You just sort of bend these and they come out. Okay, so we take that LED out. Now with it round like this, we need to pass this through this section here. Wow. Okay. And no, it doesn't say everything. Right, okay. So we pass that through that section there. Now if we turn this over again, we do need to put the LED that we took out back in, but it's going to pass through under there. My word. Still not put off yet. It's one heck of a stage, I'll give it that. Okay, And then if we line this panel up, okay, just like that. And then we can secure that in with 2 BP screws. Sorry, DP screws. Oh, goodness me. This is definitely a challenge of a model to do. Okay, so that one's in there. And then that one goes into there. Okay, so that's that in place. Oh, okay, I'm going to test the LEDs on this light just to check that's still working. Which they are. Turn it over. That's now running like that it should be. Fantastic. Okay. Unfortunately, we're still not finished there. We've got step G, step H, step I. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Right, so. Okay. I'm just making sure all these panels are lining up perfectly. Right, so if we just move the skeletal section to one side again. We need this bit that we took off earlier. And it wants us to put some windows in. I'll do them on camera. Okay, so we need a black one in there. A black one in there. A black one at the end. And then we need the 2 ones here, like that. Okay, so that's in. Oh, goodness me. You don't even want to know what I'm looking at next. Right, okay. Right, we need to bring across the skeletal frame. This... Oh. I think I will get used to this eventually, guys. It's just at the moment, it's, yeah, looking a little bit, what the heck. Okay, so, we're going to need a wire here, an LED here, which is on a black and yellow lead, I think. Are we going to need, oh, I don't know. Oh, goodness me. Right, okay. Locate the panel on the locate the panel on the saucer, orient into parts so that the loose windows do not fall out. Okay. Slot the bulb that came loose at the end of step E. Okay, so that would be this one that we had in previously, I think. Yep. So this one here, step E, into place. Then take a deck panel light 19E and plug the bulb into. Right, okay. So we're going to need this. Right, it's electrics, Mark. You enjoy electrics. Right, okay, so this needs to go into place. And this is going to go into place without anything falling out. Fingers crossed. I believe, like so. Right, I've had a escape hatch that's come out. Now, where's that gone? Ah, it's stuck underneath there. Okay, so we'll try and line that up again. This kind of time, I kind of know where I'm going with it. Okay, so that's in place like it's asked it to be. Right, so this bulb coming off of this one here, this wants to go into there. Okay, that's locked in place. And then with one of the wires that we got in this stage, we want the other yellow and white wire to go in. But we need to make sure we feed this down underneath there. This is just, yeah, it's working it out. I mean, imagine if we'd have done a ton of these off camera. It would have been an absolute nightmare. No. Funny feeling that happened. Yep. Somehow they like sticking to this bit underneath. I don't know why. Right. Right, so that wire through into the back there. That's locked in. New wire. I might just push this through so there is a gap after I put this in. This one wants to go into here. And that's locked in. Okay, so all the wires are in now. Fantastic. Okay, now we've got different screws here. And these are metal. So I'm going to work this out. Okay, I'm going to bring my screws across. We've got BM screws and EM screws. Okay, so let's start with the BM screws. I'm going to try and get these in first. Right, so we need a BM screw in there. Okay. And a BM screw in there. Okay. We need another BM screw in there. And then another BM screw in just over here. Okay. Right. Another BM screw in just down into here. Then we need another BM screw just down onto there. This is why I like a challenge, guys. Okay, so that's more or less holding that panel in place. Next is we need 4 EM screws. And they're just going to go down on to these ones down here. Again, these are metal screws. If it ends in an M, it's a metal screw, so I am putting it in 3-in-1 oil. I don't have to worry about how much I'm tightening it because I'm not going to break threads on it, but you still need to be, don't be too heavy-handed. That's another one. Another one. And that's another one. Okay, so they're all in. We should have one bulb left over coming off this lead here. Now what it's asking us to do is to group, what I next need to do is I need to run that wire down through there. Like I said, it's not saying anything about the bulb, it just wants the wire going down through there. Okay, right, so these wires, all these wires here, apart from that wire there, it wants us to group these up and put some insulation tape around them, which I will happily do. Okay, so they're all grouped together. Now we can test the light on this. I believe is going into that one. So if we put this onto our test board, I don't even know why there's a light going into there, because it, yeah, it's not doing all. Them lights at the top here should light up, which they do. Like I said, I don't know why that other one's going in there, but you know. Okay, I'm going to test that bulb anyway, to be perfectly honest with you, because I want to make sure it works. So it's not that one, it's that one. Okay, that works. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, that works, as you can see. So everything is working. Excellent. Okay, turning the page of the magazine. Right, not done there yet. We've still got some more bits to do, guys. Okay, next we need is the front place the dorsal Fraser array in place. So that's going to go onto there. And then from underneath, we need to secure this in with 3 DP screws. Gotta admit, that gorgeous. I know it's only the start of it, but it just looks amazing. It really does. I mean, yeah, this has not been the easiest issue to do, and when you just look at that front, you think, wow, what a build so far. I know we've got a lot more to come, but wow. Oh dear. I just can't help looking at that and thinking, wow. Sorry. Okay. I can't wait to get the main circuit board for this actually and light it all up what we've done so far. The wires all won't fit on the test board, but if we turn it over, there we go, guys. That is what we've done so far. We haven't finished on this issue yet though, would you believe it? But wow, amazing. I'm looking at that and that is gorgeous. That really is a thing of beauty. I am so chuffed with that. Okay, right. So move that to one side, guys. We haven't finished yet because we actually need this part that we got in stage 15. We'll just take that out. And what we're going to be doing is we've got this frame that we received in today's issue. And we are going to be fitting this on and then securing it down with, goodness me, 10 BM screws. So I believe this is going to fit onto there like that. And then let's have some jolly good time with some BM screws to finish this bit off. Okay. So this should be jolly good fun. So let's start at the back. So this is the start of our Cobra neck. The frame for it looks very impressive, I've got to admit. Sorry, when you look at that saucer section so far, it is really, really impressive. And I think that's why, you know, I like to choose builds that I'm passionate about, because when I see something like that, it just makes all, you know, this hasn't been an easy stage, but it just makes it all worth it. And that just totally made it worth it. Just seeing what we've done, definitely worth it. I mean, yeah, okay, we're going completely crazy now with BM screws, but I'm not disappointed with the way this has gone. My panels line up so far, which is great. And you can just tell, I don't know, it's just going to be, this is going to be a fun build. Will I like LEDs after this? I don't know. But it has to be one of the models with the most electrics in it. Well, LEDs, that is. Now, I've seen some work some people have done, and wow, totally amazing. But I've been building this for nearly an hour and a half now. I dread to think how long the video is going to be. Okay, this is the last BM screw. And that's in place. Looking amazing. there we go, guys. That's our skeletal frame for the Cobra neck as the start of it. So that looks amazing as well. It's a nice weight to it. And yeah, I'll bring the skeletal frame back across. And there we go, guys. That's what we've created in this stage. A lot of wires. But oh my god, that was fun. That was real fun. I'm still laughing at the end of it, and I think that's the main thing. If you enjoy the build and you get to the end of it and you're still smiling, and yeah, okay, it's been a bit of a pain. But then looking at the end result, you think, wow. Yeah, definitely glad I chose to do this model. So guys, that is the end of this stage. It's been one heck of a stage. But that is stage 19 complete. Well guys, that's the end of stage 19. Thank you for tuning in. That was one heck of a stage. I knew it was coming. I knew it was one of them where we'd have a lot to do. And my goodness, did we have a lot to do. Yeah, I'm stopping and starting the recording, but I'm having to double check the work that I'm doing to make sure it's correct. Making sure the wires are threaded through the skeletal frame correct. And the way I do things is I like to make sure I get it right first time and make sure it's perfect. And I'm still smiling at the end of it. That was such a challenge. Such a not the most easiest issue to do. I mean, I've been doing powers for a long time. That wasn't easy. But there are issues or stages in builds where they're just not easy. And you have to just keep at it. Keep slogging at it, and it will work out in the end. And not to be too gung-ho about it as well, because that's how things can break. So as long as you're careful and everything, you should be fine. And I'm really happy with the way that's turned out. I'm looking at that saucer section, I'm thinking, wow, I can't wait to get more on. I wish I had another 6 stages, I honestly do, where I could build away again to my heart's content for the next few days and really make an impact on this model. Unfortunately, at the end of the pack 6, I'm waiting on pack 7 to be delivered, which won't be long. It should be with me very shortly, but my god, this is going to be a fantastic build when it's done. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up? That would really help, because that was a tough issue. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It's free to do. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help the channel. And if you haven't, if you switch on the notification bell, you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.